frazzled.
No compliment. She hates me, everybody.
That's funny.
Open your eyes. Your time starts now.
Oh, all right. Let's go, IKEA.
I knew it! Oh my God, we just moved into a new apartment, so
This is perfect.
This is perfect.
We've been building furniture for like the last 2 weeks.
I've never seen somebody so excited to build furniture. Some things I'll be looking out for is like, how well are they communicating? How well are they being kind to each other? How well are they delegating tasks?
We need a table to build the table. It says to build it on a table.
The world is your table sometimes.
I've built a desk before, but
Me too.
It wasn't this difficult. But I think we can do it. I think
we can get to some stopping point.
Really like how affirming Sara is, which I think is really important when you're faced with something new. So affirmations and words of affirmation, I think, are really helpful in scenarios like this. They're kind of like gentle nudges to get people to stay connected and present.
We came into this to like win, so I was like, all right, I trust you. And she's like, don't be upset. Don't, just be patient with me.
Yeah.
I'm very patient, so you know.
He is very patient.
Yeah. Plus, it's always about the end result.
Normally I just jump into it. I'm actually really bad with reading directions. I just am like, all right, let's do it. And then I like mess something up every single time.
In it to win it. You know what it is? Most people probably leave here when they don't get it. It's like, it's your fault. If you would have listened to me, right? That's what they do, right? If you would have listened to me. Nah, I won't say that.
Okay.
We just might not go out later. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
I'm trying my best here.
That's funny. Clearly, it's kind of a light play here, but punishing somebody through absence is very painful in relationships. Saying that we will leave or that we'll go doesn't lend itself to security.
I'm gonna think about step 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Think about step 8 and get back to me.
I'm the project manager.
Most of the time, she comes up with the plan. She's like, we're gonna be doing this on this time. And I'm like, okay.
I think Will and Sara's dynamic is really curious in that the more vocal partner will often take up more space in a session. But what I'm really interested in is how Will is processing. It just may not look like how Sara is verbalizing, but I can see that he's thinking and being thoughtful.
I'm perfectly fine with this way. You're a strong woman.
I know. I'm not
gonna ask you, be like, you want me to do that? No.
Thank you.
Of course.
I feel like we are both able to do this type of activity. I really enjoy following directions, so it's kind of like a treat for me, you know?
Yeah, physically, I do think the division of labor seems much more equal than all the other couples, right? It's like both of them are actually like on their knees, like figuring it out together, which I think is really nice.
I mean, I want to complete it in time, but if we didn't, I wouldn't sweat it as much. You know, just take away that it was a fun experience. He'll be sitting there thinking, oh, yeah.
Okay. If I could create a twin of myself, I would do it just to compete.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
just to sit up there and compete against people.
I'm a very competitive person, and I really want it to be perfect, and I want to get it done in time, and I want to like do it faster than the other couples.
Oh yes, okay, that's
So this one goes first, and because the dot is on this side, then it should be reversed, so it's where it should be.
What?
Basically, I'm saying I'm right.
Breathing exercise is working?
Yep. That doesn't look right, but okay.
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, because this is why I tell you we have to read directions.
Oh, that's for babies. Reading directions is for babies.
I mean, as a therapist, whenever somebody says, oh, this is like, you know, references something in childhood, it's like really fun. Because now you're like, you get a little peek into their psyche without them even knowing it. We call them door handles. It's kind of like entryways into a person's subconscious. And he was so clearly anti-instructions and equated it to being childish. I think what sparked my therapist mind was, why is it so bad to be a kid?
Well,
I'm at like a 3.
You're at a 3. I'm like a 6 right now. I'm like
really
at a
not
level
stressed.
6 stress. This This might raise it.
She's kind of fluctuating between like the duress of the situation, feeling really anxious, confused, don't know what to do. And I notice that she kind of looks back at Will at various times and asks if he is good. And I think that's just a really interesting way that she may be coping with her own anxiety.
I'm having so much fun. Are you having fun?
I am in a Zen mode right now.
Good.
For some reason.
In therapy, we call it attunement. How people build connection is through this level of attunement. The closer that couples are attuned, I think that's a good barometer of are they able to stay connected despite feeling like every part of them wants to get away. Attunement is the act of that whole part of looking back.
Now that the time is at, I think I'm at a 7.
That one's good. I'm at 0.
It's a 7. I knew he was gonna say that.
I'm at 0.
I knew it. This doesn't stress you out a little bit? And it's weird because he's the one who wants to really win, but not sweating bullets right now. I'm a little frazzled.
7. Not surprising. Just because somebody isn't verbalizing their worry or concern, it doesn't mean that the other person is not holding it for them.
Well, Gabby, I would say, is being very patient.
I am being patient. Thank you.
Nothing for me. No compliments. She hates me, everybody.
No, I think you're wonderful. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job. We're working well together right now.
Right now.
We usually work well
now.
together.
So if this couple were in couples therapy with me and they had that interaction, I would want to know what Amanda is really wanting from Gabby. She seems really wanting some sort of verbal affirmation. And it seems like Gabby is having a hard time giving.
Can you go a little faster?
Going as fast as the screw will let me.
Oh God. I cannot get these into my fingers. Attention! We would have had it if we'd read the directions!
Gabby, now is not the time.
We're just gonna not finish it.
Well, it's still gonna be a table. It's just not gonna be one that can like.
We did it!
Still a table. You can still, have tea on it. You can do whatever. You can
Cry.
You can cry on it.
That's okay. It's close enough. Close enough.
Down your pools.
We got close.
And I'm gonna bring somebody in just to assess the table and how you guys are furniture.
Okay.
You said we weren't getting graded.
All right, it's time to meet the couples.
Nice to meet you.
I'm the IKEA inspector.
Oh boy.
I'm just kidding. I'm a couples therapist, and I actually have been watching you in the other room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're both a little bit scared, yeah. And I've actually been in the other room. And I've actually been in the other room watching you the entire time that you've been building. Don't fret. My role here is simply to describe and provide some observations. I'm not here to diagnose. Sara, you got down, you were looking at the instructions, and Will, you were the kind of doer.
Yeah.
Is that kind of sort of symbolic of how things happen when you're not maybe on camera?
We do tend to stick to what our strengths and weaknesses are. But it might be nice to switch things up sometimes and practice working on those weaknesses and switch.
I really liked there was a moment where you were pointing and, okay, the arrow points this way, so you can do that here. Yeah. It wasn't a directive. It was really like a teaching moment of this is how you can kind of take this and replicate it so that I don't have to do it. And I think that's just such a good example of interdependency. Yeah. You said you were just moved in together, right? Congratulations,
Thank
right?
you.
Thank you.
It's always a test of any relationship is living together. When things are familiar, we see safety in that. And this was familiar to you. You navigated it before. And so it's just a good example that though you'll probably encounter things that are unfamiliar, there's transferable skills. And I think you have great foundation to do that.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for your guidance.